Now, if the energy of a ball falling from a height of 10 meters is reduced by 40%, how high will it rebound? So the height from where the ball is going to fall, that is 10 meters. And once the ball reaches at the base, how high it will rebound again? That is what is the question. How high it will rebound again, that is the question. Okay, now height is taken as 10 meters. Let the ball have potential energy 1 and potential energy 2. Potential energy 1 when the height is taken as h1 and potential energy 2 when the height is taken as h2. And once the ball reaches the base, that is the ground, it has to rebound back. It has to rebound back. And to what height it is going to rebound? That is what is asked. But when after it reaches the ground, there is a reduction in the potential energy. The potential energy is going to reduce by 40%. So this also we have to keep in mind. This also we have to keep in mind. There is a fall in the energy of the ball. There is a fall in the energy of the ball is reduced by 40%. Reduced by 40%. So potential energy, what condition is given in the question is the potential energy 2 at height h2 is going to be the starting energy minus 40% of the starting energy. The starting energy here before falling minus the 40% of the starting energy. So it is going to be, we have taken PE1 as common. We have taken PE1 as common and 1 minus 40%. Children, we know that 40% can be written as 40 by 100. It can be written as 40 by 100. So let us cancel the zeros. So what is 4 by 10? 4 by 10 is 0.4. What is 4 by 10? 4 by 10 is 0.4. PE1, 1 minus 0.4 gives us 0.6. It gives us 0.6. Now let us write the potential energy equations. Now potential energy 1 at height h1 is mgh1. This is potential energy 1 at the beginning before falling when the height was h1. This is h1 which is 10 meters. Okay children, let us write the next equation. Potential energy 2 after the energy is reduced by 40%. So there we are going to write it as mgh2. mgh2. This is the new height that we have to find. Once the ball touches the ground and then it is going to rebound, and that height h2 we have to find. So this is, let us call this equation 2. Let us call this as equation 1. So dividing equation 2 by 1. So how do we write? Potential energy 2 upon potential energy 1 is equal to mgh2 upon mgh1. Now mg and mg will cancel. We are left with h2 by h1. h2 we have to find, correct? And h1 is given to us as 10. h1 is given to us as 10. Now in place of potential energy 2, I can write potential energy 1 into 0.6. So in place of this I am going to write potential energy 1 into 0.6 upon potential energy 1 is equal to h2 by 10. Potential energy in both the cases 1 gets cancelled. We are left only with this much. Children, just cross multiply. So h2 is equal to 10 into 0.6, which is equal to 6 meters. So h2 is equal to 6 meters. So what they have asked? They will the ball will rebound to what height? So we will write the answer as the ball will rebound 6 meters high. Will rebound 6 meters high. and when it is rebounding by 6 meters, the energy is reduced by 40%. The energy is reduced by 40%. Okay. Now, question 1D. Question 1D. Children, this is there in the textual exercise, question 1D, and this is a numerical. Determine the amount of work done when an object is displaced at an angle of 30 degrees with respect to the direction of applied force. With respect to the direction of applied force. So that means if this is force and if this is displacement, the angle here is given as theta. The angle here is given as theta. So we are going to write it as work done is equal to Fs cos theta. It is going to be Fs cos theta. And here theta is given to us as 30 degrees. And they have asked us to write the cos of theta value. Cos theta is equal to root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. So F into S into cos theta. Cos theta is here cos 30 degrees. Your cos theta is same as cos 30 degrees, which is root 3 by 2. So in place of cos theta, we are going to first write it as cos of 30 degrees. We are going to write it as cos of 30 degrees. So this is going to be F into S, and cos of 30 degree is root 3 by 2. It is root 3 by 2. So let us remove this. Now it is okay. Okay. So it is root 3 by 2. So your answer is determine the amount of work done. So amount of work done is root 3 by 2 capital F into S joules. So this is the net answer. Root 3 by 2 F into S. Value of F is not given. Value of S is also not given. Your theta is 30 degrees and cos of 30 degrees is root 3 by 2. It is root 3 by 2. Okay. Now, page 23, use your brain power. This is also a numerical. If a mass of a moving body is doubled, how many times will the kinetic energy increase? How many times will the kinetic energy increase? So let the kinetic energy in the beginning be half mv square. So let us take the mass of the body as m1 when the kinetic energy we are calculating in the beginning. And now let us write the expression for the kinetic energy that has increased. The kinetic energy that has increased. There is one condition. For the second time, the mass has become twice the first one. For the second equation, when we are going to write for kinetic energy, there for mass we are going to take as m2, and in place of m2 we are going to write it as 2 times m1, because it is given in the question if the mass of a moving body is doubled. So at start, what is the mass? It is only m1, correct? And then they are doubling the value of the mass. So in the second equation we are going to write it as m2 for the mass. So that is m2, and in place of m2 in the next step we will substitute for m2. So let us see, this will be equation half m2 v square. M2 v square. Okay, now let us call this as equation 1 and let us call this as equation 2, and this is the condition which is given in the question. The mass is becoming 2 times the previous one. Before, at the time of when the time when we started, the mass was taken as m1, and when the mass was doubled, that mass we have taken as m2. So dividing equation 2 by 1, so we can write kinetic energy 2 upon kinetic energy 1, half m2 v square upon half m1 v square. Children, v square will cancel, half and half will also cancel. Now we are left with m2 by m1, and our mass is m2 is equal to twice of m1 upon m1. So we are cancelling m1, we are left only with 2. Therefore, Ke2 upon Ke1 is equal to 2. Now children, cross multiply. If we cross multiply, you get kinetic energy 2 is equal to twice of kinetic energy 1. So how the kinetic energy will increase? If the mass is doubled, the kinetic energy also becomes double. The kinetic energy also becomes double. How many times will kinetic energy increase? Isn't it? Kinetic energy also gets doubled. Kinetic energy also gets doubled as the mass is doubled. As the mass is doubled. So I think it is very simple, children. So kinetic energy at start, as soon as the motion started, the mass was m1, and gradually the mass became double. Gradually the mass became double. So if the mass is becoming double, what change is going to be noticed in the kinetic energy? So this is what they had asked, children. So kinetic energy also gets doubled as the mass is doubled. Okay.